Today I want to talk about my first time shooting on Super 8 film. I'm gonna talk about this camera that I picked up and also why I chose to shoot on Super 8 and what I liked about it and just my overall experience shooting on Super 8 for the first time ever. I'm also going to go into how much the whole thing costs because, as you guys probably know, film is pretty expensive, so I'm gonna talk about how much the camera cost, how much the scanning, developing. I'm gonna share the entire process and just how much it cost. So about a year ago, I want to say, I really started getting into film, pretty much like everyone else. And of course, when you want to start shooting on film, the initial thing you usually do is shoot film on stills. So that's what I did. It was a lot of fun. It was my first ever experience shooting on film. And after some time of shooting photos on film, it was inevitable for me to try and shoot motion picture film, or basically video on film. Now, getting into motion picture film is much harder than getting into photo like 35mm film because it's really way more expensive and it's not as accessible. So anyways, I decided to shoot on 16mm film with friends on a project we did a few months back. We actually have a digital assets store that is called Century 8mm where we sell film assets. So in order to make these assets, we had to shoot on actual like real film to get the scans back and extract all of the assets and elements out of there. And then we also used that film to shoot some footage for a commercial / short film kind of thing that we did. It's gonna go up in a few weeks probably. So after doing that, after shooting 16mm, the next thing I really wanted to do was shoot on Super 8. So I went to this workshop where I learned how to develop 8mm film in the lab, like the chemicals and all of that. And in my mind, I thought this is something that I'm gonna do often now. I'm just gonna buy a Super 8 camera, like that's not gonna be that expensive. And then, I'm just gonna shoot my friends, shoot on trips, on holidays, and just make a hobby out of it, just like I did with the film photos. But pretty soon I learned that Super 8 is really expensive, even more expensive I think than 16mm. So this was definitely not going to be something that I'm gonna do very often. But I did have a trip with my family coming up in England, and I was kind of sick of shooting like digital like travel videos and all of that. I'm really like past that page of my life. So I just really had no inspiration at all with digital. There was nothing that I didn't feel like shooting on this trip on digital. So I decided, why not? Let's get a Super 8 camera. Let's try shooting on it for the first time ever. So then I picked up this Canon 58SV from Facebook Marketplace. It was $100. It's in like really great condition. It's fully automatic. You have the zoom in and out buttons over here, very smooth. I did think this was gonna be a parfocal lens, meaning that when I zoom in and out, the focus stays the same. But I actually had to learn that that's not the case, which kind of sucks because you have to change the focus while you're zooming in and out. But it is what it is. Overall, like super easy to shoot with, very straightforward. Everything is automatic. You just look through the eyepiece over there. And yeah, it just like feels really good to shoot with it. I like the form factor, super easy, super straightforward. So what I liked about shooting on the Super 8, which is the same reason that film is fun in all formats basically, is just the fact that you're very limited in what you can shoot and like how much you can shoot. So I had to shoot only the best moments, the ones that I thought are going to make for the most beautiful images or the most beautiful memories. I didn't have the option to just be carrying, like holding the camera all the time and trying to define what to shoot on each and every moment of the trip, which was a good thing in my opinion, because I was able to be very present in the trip with my family in the moments and, not be with my camera all the time like I used to do a few years back maybe, but that's not really what I want to be doing right now. So having the Super 8 just to capture the very best moments was really amazing. So I really enjoyed just the slower, more selective process of shooting. I also had with me like a photo point and shoot, also on film, and it was really nice to just go fully analog, not have anything digital on this trip. And by the way, I failed to mention this earlier, but I was shooting on a 50D stock. So how much did it all cost? So first of all, we had the camera, which came in at $100. Now, of course, this is a one-time thing. If I'm gonna shoot on Super 8 again, then I already have the camera. But if you're doing it for the first time, like I did, then that's a price you're going to have to take into account. Then the film itself, I bought it from B&H, or no, it was actually from Amazon. It was 45 pounds, and then for the scanning I had to ship it to the UK, to England, because there's no film labs who do that kind of stuff where I live. So I had to pay some money for getting it shipped. I don't remember how much that was. Not too much, let's say maybe like $15, something like that. And then getting the film all developed and scanned was 75 pounds, which is a lot of money. So just the film roll and the developing, scanning together, that was about 150 USD. And all of that is for about a 3-minute video. So my final thoughts. The first thing I have to say, and it really saddens me to say so, but shooting on Super 8 is really expensive, and it's gonna be hard to justify shooting on it again. I definitely don't regret shooting on it. It was a great experience, doing it for the first time. Footage is really beautiful, and I really wish I could shoot more Super 8. But unfortunately, like I said, I don't see myself shooting too much on it. What I am going to try to do maybe is try to get clients to maybe pay for using Super 8 on their commercials or music videos, and in that way make use of the camera that I bought, and just get to experience and shoot more of this Super 8, because it's a really beautiful format. Maybe if I go on another trip somewhere or create a passion project, then maybe I'd consider just investing that money just to shoot on Super 8 again. But yeah, I really wish it was cheaper. So yeah, just shooting video in this format is really special, and it's really something that I can only recommend you do. We did get into an expensive hobby, so I guess that's part of the fun. So just do it, just at one time, and who knows, maybe you'll do it more. I sure do hope that I have the chance to do this again. So this is pretty much it for this video. If you're enjoying this content, then make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe for more of these videos. Also hit me up on Instagram, it's Yuval A96. But now let's just enjoy some beautiful Super 8 footage.